Hi, I'm Marianne, and this is my Sonoran Star set. Mittens and a matching hat made out of Jamison's double knitting. Today I want to show you, there's some parts in the design, just a few, where the floats are a little bit longer than an inch. This is optional if you're using Shetland wool like this that sort of adheres to itself, behaves pretty nicely inside, but if you want to catch the long floats as I have in here, you'll see there's really no long floats that I allow over an inch. And on the pattern, I've marked, this is just one row from my chart from the hat. And it's showing you, you see these two little inverted U's. I'm showing you the points where I caught the floats so that nothing would be longer than an inch. You see, I had a span here that went from column 2 to column 9, for instance. It would have been 8 stitches long. This is DK weight, double knitting. So we're talking about a float a little bit longer than an inch. So I caught it in the middle. Would it matter if you caught it over here instead of here? Not at all. You could move yours around a little, but I'm just showing you on my chart the points where I did it just to keep things short and manageable. Also, I'd mention I didn't do it any more than the points where I've indicated it. Over catching things, you know, you remember from your high school physics class, 2 objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time, right? Same things applies in knitting. I can't have my gray and my white yarn involved in crossing each other at one point without their pushing each other and distorting things a little. So, to my mind, and everybody's a little bit different on this, but to my mind, it's useful to catch floats so that they don't go up beyond about an inch. It really prevents a lot of snagging. But if you do it a lot more than that, if you're knitting with wool, which really behaves so nicely and sort of felts to itself inside eventually, you're kind of just adding unnecessary distortion. So that's my philosophy anyway about where I put these float catches in my charts. But today I want to show you how I work this catch. And it's pretty neat. You'll see other people have done this. I just want to make sure that you know how to do it if you're using this pattern and following my chart. This is my method for doing it. I've already done a few repeats for this row. I'm starting over here and I'll go across. So I'm holding the gray on top, the white on the bottom, throughout the whole piece. And throughout this piece too, so everything matches. You could do it the reverse. That's fine if you choose. Just stick with one position. So anyway, let's start. 1 white, and then I have 3 gray before I want to catch. 1, 2, 3. Now it's time to catch. Now, it's the gray that I'm knitting across with, so it's the white I want to catch. The white is on the bottom, so I need to bring it up over this working needle, knit my stitch, and then unwrap it. And you see I've crossed things. All right, and I continue knitting 4 more gray across there. And as I watch, see as I continue, since the white was brought up, but my hand where I'm holding it didn't change. I'm still holding the white on the bottom. So it goes back to the bottom as I knit across, and it's caught nicely in just one little loop there. 2, 3, 4. Haven't let go of anything at all. My white's right in position to continue across the middle here. And you know, with my old arthritic paws, I can't say this is fast. None of my knitting is fast. Yours is probably a lot faster. But one thing that's nice is when I don't have to drop my yarns and fumble for them. That does save me some time. It's easier on the hands too. So now let's get back to this gray part. Again, I'm doing 4 grays, then I'm catching it and going to the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You could do 3, it doesn't matter. Just catch it once in that long span. Again, the white is on the bottom, so I'm lifting it up and over to catch it. I'll show you again. Up and over the right needle, the working needle. Then I knit as usual, then I uncross it. Now, before I end this, let's just pretend, what if I were trying to catch the other color? What if it was the gray, the color on top that I was trying to catch? And when I was knitting something. If I was knitting with the white and I wanted to catch the gray, well, the gray would have to move down to the bottom. The white being on the bottom before had to move up to the top when I wrapped it. But if you had the colors reversed, or you just wanted to catch things in a different position, on a different color span, to catch the upper thread, you have to wrap it down and then do your regular knitting with the other color and then unwrap it. So it's the same concept, just be aware of the positions that you're in. Hopefully that clarifies it for you. Thank you very much. Hope you have fun. Bye-bye.